Okay, so it's time to look at the top panels now. Just a quick look at this. What I've done here with the rear panel is cut away the sections inside, which I shall show you. I've made this hinge to enable the top cover, what would be the engine cover, to come up and over. Having a look at the inside, you can see the bits and pieces that I've cut away, and more importantly the bits I've left. So these tags here are the remains of the original clip, because it was kind of clipped together originally. So the priority was to get it into a situation where it would hinge, and that is the sort of room that I've got inside to clear. This is remains of the top section of an aerial, so I thought I'd use that in place of a lever and jack it up slightly in height. So it's just one of those little finishing touches type of thing. So I'm going to fit this now, and it's fitted with these lugs that I showed you earlier. So these two arms are attached to the back panel, but it's also holding the nano board and that frame, the yellow frame, to the back panel, and that's given me two fittings to screw onto those two little lugs that I showed you earlier on, one there and one there. So that's given me a top fitting, and I've left a lug down underneath, so I've got a 3-point fixing. So now's a good time to fit this. So it's basically a three bolt position, and the tag on the bottom goes through the slot in the back. So that's the original, that's where it will be pushed through, and that will line up the two eyes, if you like, and then those two screws screw through and secure the top plate. So it's just a case of screwing these little M2 screws. So I believe they're M2 by 10s that are trimmed down, so they may be around about 9 or 8 mil long. So I just screw those in. So that's the top secured, and then it's just one underneath, so that will go down there. And then for the screw underneath, which is up inside there, I've got a small spacer that's recessed in, and that will go down inside and screw into the hole in it underneath there. So you can see the M2 by 8 button head screw. So yeah, that's it, looking at it from the outside. So it's starting to turn into back into a dumper as it was before, and so this lid is actually clips into position on these two lugs here. So there's one that side and there's one just underneath the battery connector there, and that coincides with those two ribs that's on the engine cover. So as that comes around, it just clips into the ribs, clips over the ribs, and it's just enough to sort of hold it into position. What I'm doing now is concentrating on the steering column and the floor. So the steering column will be around there somewhere, in that sort of vicinity, and I'm thinking about incorporating this top cover for the pot, incorporating it into one unit so that it'll all be as one. So that's the next step, I think, is to work on the steering column and get the steering wheel on, and then we'll be just about ready to join the two together. So put the front half to the rear half.